Good morning, students. Today I'm going to give you a tutorial on AC04. Before we begin AC04, however, I would like to remind you of the three parts of a database. First, you have to create the database in Design View. Then you have to enter the data either in Table or Form View. And then the third part is you're going to manipulate it in Query View. Again, class, before you begin, you have to create it. Somebody may have done that for you, but if they haven't, then you have to create it. Today, the lesson we're going to go into, they have already created the database for you. So I am going to go down to the folder where we always go, and our handouts, CBA, data files, and again we're going to go into Access this time. And now I am going to pull this out to the desktop because again we were having problems when we kept it in this folder. So pull it out. There it is, and I'm just going to go ahead and exit that out. I am going to right click with my mouse to make sure that the read-only properties are off, and they are. So now I can just go ahead and open this up, enable the content, and there it is. There's our data. Okay, so the objective for today's lesson is that we are going to add some fields to this existing database, and then we're going to add a primary key. So on page 321, it says to open up table clients, which we did, and now because we are going to alter some data and not just add information, we have to go back to Design View. So I'm going to go to View, Design View, and now I can add some fields in here. In the first step, it's saying the client ID. It says over here in caption. I'm going to go over to description, and I'm going to put in ID. And over here, it says to save it as client ID. A primary key, if they ask you to change a primary key, the primary key is this little, it looks like a key is what it is. And what it does is it distinguishes one record from the next so that we wouldn't get confused. If I said go to client number 6, I would always know that that would be Jesus Martinez. In real life, the way that we would identify you here at school, at Salinas High School, is we probably would set your primary key to your ID number. And again, that would distinguish you from other people. In other places, it would be something like, it would be your social security number or your account number, because only one person has that account number. One person has that social security number. So that's what a primary key does. It allows you to not confuse them. In step 6, it says change the primary key to first name. So we're going to click on first name. We're going to right click and we're going to set it as the primary key. And if you'll notice, the key moved. Now, setting the primary key to the first name really wouldn't make sense because do you know how many Johns or Janes there are in the world? It really wouldn't help you distinguish one record from the next. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back, and in the book it will tell you to do that as well. Now it's going to ask you in step 7 to add some fields. So in step 7 it says add an input date field. So right here where it says input field name, we're going to go right here, input date. And it's going to tell us to use a date time data. And I'm going to click right here where it says date time, just like this. And then in the input date caption, so right down here where it says caption, I'm going to put input date. And it says to short date format. So the format is going to be right here where it says format. And there's a bunch of them you can pick from, but it's telling us to select short format. Now I will tell short date, excuse me. I will tell you that when you're first learning how to do this, it can seem overwhelming. All these little specifics that they want in here, but watch the video and again it will help you do this. In step 8 it says bin to store field with yes no data. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go to bin to store, and it says yes no. I'm going to click here and I'm going to say yes no. And the caption It says bend to store. And there it is. Now it says to add a bike field. And on the bike field, it says number. Data type. And then it says to put bikes under the caption. Oh, excuse me, under description. And so here, it will go here, bikes. And for the field size, it says to put byte. And then it wants web page. Excuse me, let me get rid of that. And then we're going to go over here. And here it says to add it as a hyperlink. And lastly, it says to put notes. And under notes, in the book it says to put memo data type. Well, we don't have memo data type anymore. It no longer exists in this version. So I went with long text and it worked. So I went with it. And now it says in step 12, create captions for all the field names that are more than one word. So for example, up here, it says first name. So under first name, again, the captions are here. And you're just going to go first name. And then you're going to go here and last name. Now it said more than one word. Address, city, state, zip, and phone, those are not. Those are one word, so you don't have to do them. So just first and last name. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to go back to data sheet view, and it's going to ask me if I want to save it, and the answer is yes. And say yes. And there it is. Now I will tell you that I like to look at mine in form view before I move along. So I'm going to click where it says create, and I'm going to click create form. And I'm going to go over to view, and I'm going to go to form view. And I can tell that it's working. And I can tell that all my fields are ready to go. And there you go. So if you have any questions, please make sure that you ask. Again, ask me, watch the video, and let's see how it goes. Thank you.